Okay, part 11. Now, this is the big bit. I'm going to cut that cover into 4 pieces today, but not as simple as you think. First of all though, I've got to do some dressing, get those curves exact where the jigsaw is a little bit wobbly, finish off the deburring, and then I can cut this thing into 4 pieces. Hopefully it should go well. Welcome back to Delboy's Garage. Right, first of all, while it's still in one piece and easy to work, I just want to finish off some of these little curves and shapes just to make sure this is as good as it can be before I move on. Noisy and horrible, but worth it. The easy to just crack on and cut this up now, but I want to just finish each job before I move on to the next. It's worth it. The more time you invest in any piece, the more you've got to lose if it all gets messed up. Right, that's gone. There was a little nick there. Inside and out. Right, that's enough. So the next thing, I'm going to use this tape as a guide. So where I've rubbed it off on the front, I'm just going to just replace that, and that's going to act as a guide for the jigsaw, just to get not just a straight edge but parallel cut as well, and you'll see what I mean. Initially, the theory I was going to do this was cutting it and then putting it on with the spacers would expand it by probably that much, but it won't. I've actually worked it out. It's going to give me about a 3mm gap, and that's not really enough. So what I need is to cut this band out completely, right the way down, and also this one, so that it goes backwards and forwards, or it goes backwards and forwards and side to side to the same amount. But this, where I've cut these holes, I've decided to move them back, so this isn't in the right place. So I just need to take this tape off and replace it so it's more central in that gap. Right, there we go. Actually, that almost sits because it's stretchy. That's it, flush, completely flush. It's not staying like that though. Right. You get that right in the middle of those gap. That's it. So it's right in the middle of the gap between the holes. And stretch it. Good old masking tape. Do all kinds of things, can't you? Wonderful. This is just literally to centralise the cut in between those holes, because I decided to bring them back a bit when I started cutting them, just so they fit with the separate panels. You'll see in a minute. It's all well and good this tape's perfect, it's got to be able to follow it with a jigsaw yet. Remains to be seen. There we go. Nope, we don't. Nice curvature. There we go. Nope. Come back a bit further there. That's better. There we go. as good as it needs to be. Right, new blade in the saw for this one, I think. Nice straight cut, and hopefully the problems I've had in the past so far with it being really hard on these edges and corners, really stiff. This is a big straight cut on a smooth part of the panel, so hopefully this should go a lot smoother. Should be easy to slide this through. If not, then it's up. I've got a saw-proof lever. I like to be able to count to 10. Right, here's the first cut, so that'll be at least that wide apart, if not a bit more because of the bolts. Right, what do you reckon? Up from the bottom? I reckon. There's a right hand beetle wing. Beetle wings. Sit there and sit quietly while I do this bit. Come back here. You won't escape me. So much less fast on a disc. Right, now I've got this big curved one. Cut that curvature. Cut that curvage, baby. Right, one more, two more cuts. Two more cuts. Alrighty. To go the outside one first, so I can cut. Yeah, that's it. Okay, jigsaw endeth. The jigsaw endeth. Right, sawdust. Okay. Four pieces thing. Next there we go. Is these corners. Much as it is very cool to leave nice angular corners, you just know you're going to rip yourself open on them, or worst of all, your gear, you know, a hole in your gloves or something. That ain't hard, is it? So I'm just going to radius all these corners, all 4, 8, etc. 16, whatever, with the lapper, just literally for my own safety and the safety of my gear, clothing, especially down this end, thinking of femoral artery and all that. So let's get flapping, flap. Right, now this sorry looking pile of tin is a result of 11 videos so far. Some of you guessed, some of you didn't. Now I'm just going to clean these up, get some sandy paper on every part of them, take every little bit of edge and burr, little bits like that you can't even see. Obviously all these cuts are just hacksawed. Beauty of that is there's no, when you'd use a disc, disc is possibly easy, I don't know. Jigsaw's a piece of cake. Doesn't make any sparks, doesn't burn anything, doesn't stink of burning in here. And that is the sum total of all the sawdust, and it's there. Whereas when you're doing it with a disc, the dust is there, all over bloody everything. And it stinks of burning, and I hate that. So these are going to get cleaned up, and then we are ready, almost ready to paint them. Because they need paintage. It's a good thing about the jigsaw, it leaves an almost perfect edge. That's where I am. Come here. That's it, pay attention. Yeah, this jigsaw leaves an almost perfect edge. You just have to... That's it. Almost bang on. Oh, I like that. Whereas a disc would have left a right old mess. Right, because you've all been a typical Delboy's Garage audience and been extremely supportive and shown good humour and waited and not said, oh, I know what you're going to do. A few people have said, I know what you're going to do. Well, there we are. Have a look. There's a little mock-up for you. I just decided purely for a laugh, just to mock it up. This is roughly where it's going. I've got 3 bolts in each piece. They're now cut and expanded to where they need to be, so that the bottom edge is roughly taken care of. But they are very much, you've got a little bit of the bottom showing. And obviously it's out at the top as well, cutting out that band. I've got a little bit more finessing to do on these corners. There's a little bit of filing to do. It's just delicate stuff, just making sure it's all safe, and I'm going to cut myself open on it. I may even cover these edges because they're a bit thin. Don't know, not sure yet. Find something to put on them, like a very, very thin rubber tube. Not sure, but it'll come to that. But that's just a little mock-up for you. That's what it looks like. Just as a thanks for indulging me in this, and a thanks for going along with it. It is good fun. This is just a bit of fun. It's just decoration. It's not for any functional purpose, but that's what it's going to look like. Now, a little bit more to do yet. I've got to get it all back off again. These have all got to be sanded down and painted, then the bolts put back in once it's painted. The tank underneath is going to be painted. Obviously, I'm not going to go with this burgundy colour. It's going to be a lighter colour than that, something that shows it through. Possibly silver, possibly a stainless steel. I've got some special paint that I know of, which I can get hold of, which has got a stainless steel effect. It's not silver. It's not grey, it's got a gluey gunmetal finish, which looks quite good. So it'll make the tank look stainless steel underneath, and then the matte black armour plates on the outside, which are quite cool. A little bit of Bane, don't you think, Pen? A little bit armour-like.
I won't do the accent.
no, we better not get told off for that. But that's just mocked up with a bit of tape. I may do these little stitches across or not. I kind of like the gap all the way. It'll be quite nice just with the gap there. Not sure, we shall see. But that's it. That's number 11. once I can, now I've got all these 4 panels done, I can move on to preparing the tank underneath for paint, and then prep these for paint. Once all that's painted, bolts in, and then start bonding it on. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, ride safe. See you next time.